Okay.
Nah, cut the bullshit.
I really won't be able to. People do that for like 5 minutes on end.
People can.
And people watch that. People love that. That
Of
feeds their
course,
soul.
no, let's not even get into ASMR because people love that. It's a thing. It's a movement. We have to respect them just like we respect everyone else.
That was a good ASMR moment. I hope the camera picked that up.
No, we attempted. I don't know if we actually did it right. There's a certain way you're supposed to do it, but we ain't here to talk about doing that. Come on, guys. We got Chelsea Sloan in the building.
Shout
Understand. Represent. Ayo. Guys, thank you so much for pulling up, girl.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. We are obsessed with you.
Honestly.
Just disclaimer.
You are lovely. We just want to start out with that. Like, you are just lovely, honestly.
Obsessed.
To see your story, to see who you are, it's something
you.
special. So thank you for being here.
Sure. I think we
physically
made
get
her
uncomfortable. Compliments, I'm like,
We're all about the love here.
No,
If I
we're
could,
all
Jan,
about
I
the
would.
love, yeah. Famo. No, you are no stranger to the streets. Understand? You are standing your ground, standing on business. Actually, quite frankly, standing hard.
We see you.
On top of it.
We see you moving. We see what you do. She's a physiotherapist, a pro athlete, a DJ, a model,
A dancer.
and she's just good at everything
And
she does.
kills
She
it.
just kills it. I mean, it's amazing to see what you do. It's inspiring, honestly. And,
thank you.
We just want to get into that. We want to get to know you today. That's why we have you here. So, yeah.
I want to start off by saying that you were in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
How was Dubai?
It was Doha.
That Doha.
Doha.
Quite frankly, I don't know where that is, but it's somewhere far, no?
I mean, I saw Dubai on the map when we flew there, but it's I can't describe it besides saying that it was a cultural shock for sure. Not in a way that I would abandon our country, more in a way that I would treasure our country more. Because of how much culture we have, things are completely different on that side. It was a long flight, yo.
How long?
Was it 10 hours?
10 hours.
I slept, I woke up, I was still on the plane. I slept, I woke up, and I was still on the
Still
plane.
not there yet.
And I hate flying. But it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I felt very grateful to be able to take South Africans, like, sort of culture and what we've built and what we're still building to a country that genuinely doesn't have any of it at all, besides the expats who work there. There were a lot of South Africans, but they're also not up to date with the things that we are continuously producing and building. So obviously, that was my main aim. I was like, this is what we can do. We can do even more. And from a perspective of music, the only thing I could do is not only show them the dances and how like authentic it is to us, but also the music that we make. So that was my goal. I didn't sleep for 3 days straight.
That's a long time.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Oh my god.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just very spontaneous and I like seeing things and doing things, and they might be a bit dangerous, but like whatever.
This life chose you.
Yeah, so like the weirdest thing that I find is that between the like day hours, people don't walk outside. Yeah, I made my manager walk outside with me.
During the
And
day.
then we realized why people don't walk outside.
What happened?
It's hot.
You'll die.
It's hot there.
Like, you will faint. The city and everything else is literally built for you to get into your car and drive to wherever, and then when you are underground or in that parking, there's aircon.
Icons.
They only live off aircon.
That is insane.
And 16 degrees aircon. So it was, to me, cold all the time. Because I'm from Cape Town, so I actually know what wind is. But it was cold.
That's insane.
But like in the inside spaces. That was weird for me. But other than that, very relaxed, very safe. Which was weird because I wanted to carry my own bags and I couldn't.
Why not?
Because they just do it for you.
Oh.
And like, as a woman, I want to carry my handbag. Like, my handbag has valuable things in it. So I pulled it back from the couch.
And they were like,
and
what?
he was like, ma'am, no, it's fine. And then if my manager to be like, no,
let
you
him
can carry your bag.
let
In
him.
my mind, I'm like, my USBs are in my bag. My lip line is in my bag. Those type of things. And I was just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And my things were in my bag safely, in my room safely. So I just had to understand that I was in a safe space, which obviously we're not used to. But yeah, it was crazy.
I'm sure it's a cultural shock.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's no wrong answer.
It's a lovely answer. There is no wrong answer, honestly. I mean, I'm sure it was a cultural shock because it is very much more safer there. I've also been there, and I know that it's like, first of all, very hot. Definitely. Definitely very, very hot. But you really do get to experience life more easily because you don't walk around like looking over your shoulder at all.
Sure.
So that's like such a lovely thing that I wish all people here could experience, honestly.
You'd be uncomfortable with the safety, actually.
It's true. It's true.
Like,
When it's scorching outside.
So what are some things you did that side? That you like?
I love animals.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing, and I kept saying since I got there, I want to see a camel. I've never seen a camel. I want to see a camel. So I saw a camel. Camels are huge. Firstly, they have this weird thing that when they stand and before they sit, they're like, yeah, that was crazy. And then apparently the person the team that flew us out said that they've never had an artist that was willing to actually have a falcon on their body.
Wow.
Because I love animals. I was just like, if this bird comes at my head, it's fine. Like, I at least had a falcon on my arm.
You're a better woman.
For the experience.
So there's a falcon. And then there was this, I don't know, but I know it's on Ice Age. It's like those things that when they spread their wings, they just fly. I don't know what that animal's called, but I saw that thing in person.
That's crazy.
No, I don't know.
I think I know what you're talking about, but
Because he literally threw it up and it went. Yeah.
Insane.
that is so cool.
That was so cool.
That must have been such a nice experience. Did you go to the desert and like do the walk?
No, so the desert didn't happen. Mainly because of me, in all honesty. I had a problem where I said yes to everyone. So I ended up at a girl's birthday who I met 3 hours ago. Yeah, so I went to her birthday and then I went to the souk, which is the market. At the market, I want to do everything. Like, my henna is basically off now.
And it's so pretty. Can I see?
Yeah, it's gone, girl.
No,
But I will show you a picture. And then we went to a club called Kaira. That was insane.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert's DJ played.
Oof, the same.
That was insane.
Was it?
Crazy.
I can imagine.
And then, sorry, it's a blur. And then obviously the club that I played at, which was Black Orchid, we went there. But like I'm saying, there was no time to sleep, but there was a lot of embracing and a lot of activities and a lot of like, oh, let's show you this, there's this, and me just constantly being surprised with the architecture. So it was cool. And then my set, I just needed to give them every version of us that I could think of.
That you could, yeah.
So whether it was private piano, and then going off piano, and then shakes and lays, and then like dub and gogo. Like, I tried showing every version of piano that we have. Initially it was a bit weird because everyone was just like fascinated, and in my mind I'm like, when I play at home everyone's dancing.
Yeah, it's different.
But it did eventually get there. It did eventually get there. So I felt like I did achieve what I wanted to.
They were
achieve
probably
when I
like
got
in
there.
that realization stage where they're like, yeah, nah, this shit hard.
It's
This
really
shit
good.
hard, 'cause it's like,
It's really
they
good.
love piano. People overseas love piano, and I love that. Like, you going out and you representing.
It's really amazing that you get the chance
I mean,
to.
my last song I played was Mnige and I started crying. And I was like, you idiots. But it was like, no, like, obviously when I'm in SA, I'm not going to play that song. We long past
yeah,
that.
but that's
But when I played it there, everybody resonated to it. And then I think in that moment, I just understood the position I was in. It was like, realistically, I understood what's happening. Like, I'm actually DJing in a completely different country and representing my country.
Fire.
And it was so surreal in that moment that when I switched the bases, I think I just lifted my head and I started crying and I was like, people are looking at you. And then I just wiped my tears off and I kept going on. But it's like, yeah, that was crazy.
It must be so
But it's
surreal
in
in
your
the
blood.
moment.
Like, it's in your
It's
blood.
in you,
we know
definitely.
your dad's a DJ.
Yeah.
So this is
Shout out, Daddy.
You're just continuing a legacy, honestly. And
Yes, my mom said that my dad watched the videos and he was crying. He doesn't show a lot of emotion. So she was like, he was crying and he just walked away. We don't speak about it. No. What I'm not going to do is speak to my dad about my DJing because he's an old school vinyl DJ. So you'll always know more than me. So, but he is proud of me. I just feel like I've taken his dream and just
further
taken it a bit further. Because my dad was a sort of South African DJ who DJed in every sort of province here. He's never gone abroad. And I didn't expect my abroad moment to happen so soon. But now that it did, it wasn't just for me. It was for me, for the kids of the community that I'm from. For the little me that always thought that the world was only South Africa.
And you surprised yourself, exactly. You
Exactly.
surprised yourself.
It was insane.
Honestly,
Shout
you're
out to
doing
my team for
wonders.
also getting that.
Honestly, you're doing wonders.
Wonders.
You are doing amazing.
Thank
and
you.
you are really representing in so many different ways, which is something to recognize. Going out there, pushing our music, pushing the dance,
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
talk
you are
about
such an
dance.
amazing
I wanna
dancer.
know, girl,
Honestly, when did you
got the
know
moves?
I'm going to be a dancer? When did you know?
I think my parents knew before I did. Because I was the child that they always would make dance at family functions. So I would be 2 or 3 and I could hardly even say I want to pee, but I could dance. You know what I mean? So it's I've always been a dancer my whole life.
It's in the blood.
But then when I moved here, the perspective of dancing changed. Because I understood that it could be solely a career because people here are just dancers. In Cape Town, you can't maintain a life of just dancing unless you genuinely have the connections, you are extremely good, you have shit together, whatever. So when I moved here, it was very scary for me to understand that I could stop everything else I was doing and just do what I loved. And I did, and it was uncomfortable for a bit because I'm like, oh, I need to get back into the hospital, I need to go back to my babies. And then I understood that there is a difference between being there for yourself and being there for everyone else. Because I assumed me being there for everyone else and their kids and their family members was how I was also feeding myself. But to some extent, it does take away from you. So dancing sort of gave me back to me. Yeah.
That's such a beautiful way to
That's
look
lovely.
at it.
Yeah, so that's how, I love Joburg for doing that to me. But yeah.
But do you stay in Joburg now?
I'm both sides. So, unfortunately, my sister passed away last year in November. And so I just had to pack up everything and leave. So my family's still in the transition phase of sort of adapting to our new life. I didn't give up my home here. So I'm in between. If I have gigs here, I come.
And how is that? Because you said you don't really like flying. So I imagine traveling a lot
I
is
take
strenuous.
checks on every flight. Just so that I can wake up somewhere else. I don't know if this makes sense, but I hated roller coasters my whole life. I feel like a flight is a roller coaster that goes up and then there's that moment where you just chill in the air and you're supposed to drop, but you don't drop for 2 hours.
Oh,
That's how it feels for me.
that's uncomfortable.
You just keep going and then you eventually drop. Yeah. So that's why I hate flying, because that's how I see it.
I think you just unlocked a new fear for me. And no, 100%. Because
Like, I hate roller coasters.
That makes sense. No, I understand. I understand why it would make you uncomfortable. But then, like, it's the life that chose you.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. What can you do? Gotta be strong.
I must just understand. But it's okay. At this point, I'm like, if the airports are going to become a taxi rank, then so be it. You know?
Let it
so
be.
be it.
Let it be. It's quick.
I'll just have to get used to it. Yeah.
Well, you are a DJ, right? Was it your father being a DJ that inspired you to become one, or what is it that inspired you to take on this profession?
So I've always gone to gigs with my dad, because I'm the baby that was born a lot years later than my siblings. My mom is a very supportive partner of my dad and what he does. So I would be in a club at like 7 years old hiding behind the decks, because my parents didn't, like, my sisters didn't have to look after me. My parents felt like it's their job. So they would take me with them. And then I used to learn a thing and two from my dad. And at one point he was like, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? So he was obviously teaching me. But it's completely different to see DJs.
Everybody has a different style.
You had to relearn.
There was a moment here in Joburg that I was performing as a dancer. And I was like, no, man. Like, I don't mind being the support act for other people. I love it. I love telling everyone else's story and their vision through my dancing and through concepts and stuff. But I'm also very creative. And I also feel like holistically I'm an artist. So the first time I ever tried DJing, for some reason it didn't overwhelm me, that I didn't understand what was going on. I was excited to learn. And so I did. Shad and Jade, it's the twins in Cape Town, they took me on and they taught me. And then when I got here, I was more refined by Lebza, the villain. He refined me even more. Because there's a specific thing that my ears can hear because I'm a dancer. I fully think that DJing is sort of easy for me because I can dance and I can hear things that I'm supposed to hear in music when I'm dancing. But now I use it as a DJ. So that's how it just crossed over. But there was a moment while I was performing for a specific artist where I was like, no, like I don't mind being here in the background, but I feel like I'm a powerhouse enough to be in the front. And so
I think that's very powerful.
I just thought, I was like, yeah, let's just go.
It was natural. It was natural for you. That's wonderful, honestly. So do you see yourself dancing, again, behind the scenes?
That is a question that a lot of people have asked me lately. And I was saying this to my team earlier. I feel like there's a piece of bread for everyone. I am not you, neither are you me. Right? And if me being a part of your project or your movement or your concept helps you, by all means, because I'm also gonna learn in that process, not only from you and your DJing or your performance as an artist, but also as a dancer, because I constantly need to produce a concept that you put onto me. So I'm always gonna learn. Just because I'm a DJ now doesn't mean I'm done dancing. Just because I'm a dancer now doesn't mean I'm not a physio anymore. Like, I'm always those things. I feel like I'm going to be less of me if I let go of any version. So, yes, I will still dance for DJs. I will still dance for artists. Because that's a version of me that I feed when I'm dancing. I give me to me. When I'm DJing, I make everyone else happy, which makes me happy. The same way as when I'm doing physio. So it's, I don't know. I'm just an holistic being that constantly needs to feed every version of her. So I don't think I'm ready to give up any part of me unless my schedule doesn't allow it. But I'm a 24-hour in a day person. If I have to wake up at 4 a.m, cool. If I have to sleep at 2 a.m, cool. Like, because growing is so essential.
It's not a straight line.
No, it's
not
so
a straight line at all. You're right.
It's so essential to grow. I'm not the person I was 3 years ago before I moved here. And I'm sure I'm not going to be the person I am like when I leave here, because I'm probably going to learn something from this conversation. So that's just how I am. And a lot of people are going to...
You always remain teachable.
Yes. And it's crazy because people would assume, okay, now that she's making a name for herself as a DJ, she's like, no, I'm not stopping. I have so much to learn from choreographers as a dancer that I can use when I'm DJing. Let's start there. I can interlink everything. So yeah, that's just my mindset.
It goes to show how everything can work together in your life, and you really are an inspiration in that way, because now people can see that you really can do
it all.
You can do it all. Anything is possible, and that's really, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know how you do it, but you do it and you show us.
I'm ADHD, guys.
Makes it a little easier.
Concentrate on one.
It is such a powerful little neurodivergent thing to have. Because as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about the camera that I have to buy. I'm already thinking about the shots that I have to take today. I'm already like,
speaking
okay, cool.
of shots, let's take this.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's just, I don't stop. But at some point I do break. I'm not acting like I don't. I'm human.
Of course.
So I do have my moments. What?
Anyone want shots? Okay.
My back is wet.
Oh, it's a little bit hot.
Even my knees.
What Well, cheers, guys. Woo, shout out.
Cheers.
Shout out to
Really
Chelsea
looking there.
for pulling up.
Cheers, guys.
Thank
Okay,
you.
You're not even saying cheers in the back. Yeah, shots and I, we never. Yeah. I've never gotten used to them, and I don't think I will.
It's an adjustment.
Phoebe being like,
No, I actually wanted to say shout out to Arlie for always representing.
Shout out.
We're always representing. Thank you for the goodies once again. We're just gonna cut to a little ad break, but we won't take too long, and we'll be back with the wonder only. Stay tuned.
Let's go. Can't stop, won't stop, gotta keep going, going. What's my cup? Sipping on money, she got me flown. I'm coming back, bitch, I've been on the road. These niggas can't get like me. Know these niggas, they gon' fight at me. Pull up to the top, yeah, I'm ready to shoot her. Pull up whole gang, I'm with the troops up. Told that bitch, make that shit loose. I got rid on my shoes. Told them don't play with me, know how to lose.
So they made you in the Western problems. I mean province.
I am a problem, actually, Shay.
Are
Is
you the
it?
problem?
You're the
Ash,
problem.
How do you find time to actually have fun?
Oh, I have fun with everything I do. Like, everything. At rehearsals, if you guys, have you ever seen my YouTube channel? Okay, ish. Also don't
I
post.
have.
So, like, at rehearsals, I have so much fun. And my DJ gigs, of course, I have fun. And then whatever happens afterwards, you know. But luckily, I have a team full of boys who are very protective, and I love them for that. So,
Shout out.
I don't get to be a mess ever, which is great. Shame. But other than that, I'm very family orientated. I love my nieces and nephews. I'm very cognizant in a way of what I represent for them. So I always want them to just look at me and go like, oh, I want to do that, but as me. But like, so that's fun. The most fun I ever have is when I'm with my nieces and nephews, when I'm at rehearsal, and honestly on set.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How do you find a balance between everything that you do
Day by day. Day by
day by day?
Like, I think it was last night, I was like, yeah, I haven't been in the hospital for a while. But that's why as soon as I was done specializing and I was done with everything, I understood that I can't be permanent yet. I need to locum because there were so many other avenues that I wanted to explore and that I needed to make sure I sort of check the list of the goals that I wanted to do. And Joburg, I don't think anyone understands, if you're from Cape Town, Joburg is a place where everything can happen if you make it happen.
Yeah, it really needs consistency.
Yes, consistency, to be daring to just do it, to be open to learning new things, be open to experiencing high highs and extreme low lows.
Type shit.
So, like, I've been through it, I'm still going through it, and so then the balance, it's a day by day thing. Like, tomorrow, cool, I'm shooting, but I'm not shooting as a model, I'm shooting as me, a brand like Chelsea. So it's like every day has something new, and I'm just trying my best to keep the spontaneity of my personality alive so that I can always experience new things and like learn new things. Because if I'm gonna block myself off to,
You're gonna limit yourself and literally
Exactly.
You might as well push.
So, and Joburg is such an interesting place, guys. Like, you'll meet so many people that you wouldn't even understand what they, not only conversation, but the place that they can hold in your life if you allow them to. I feel like Cape Townians are very closed off. I was closed off when I moved here. So when I opened up my horizon and let people get to know me, and I was the confrontational me, which didn't really work out as much here, because people don't confront each other here.
It's different. Everyone's very nice
like
with each
nice
other.
but
fake is the word.
but I'm gonna come at you with that nice
Fake is the word.
because I've had that before. Like, I think where I'm from, we were very, I fuck with you or I don't. You're gonna know why or you
No
don't.
in between.
It's real.
There's no in between.
That's how it
so
should
when I
be.
moved here, my very first experience, I'll never forget it. I went to sumo, and a million girls that I didn't know hugged me. I didn't know how to take that, because I was like, okay, where I'm from, girls that don't know each other don't hug each other. Like, it's very cliquey.
It's different.
And if I know you, I'll greet you. But if I don't, I'm not going to. But then I had to understand that
It's just the culture,
it's just the culture here. And I appreciate that now that I'm at a point where I greet everyone. I'm like, hello, how are you? Like, I had to learn to say, how are you?
I feel you.
Because where I'm from, people don't say, how are you? They're just like, hi, cool. Done.
Yeah, to actually like speak to these people.
Yes. So I had to learn to say, how are you? I had to learn to say, I'm fine, thank you, and you. Like, I had to learn to keep the conversation going. Because I would usually be like, done. So it's, yeah, I find balance and fun in everything that I do. I think I'm just obsessed with growth. I think that's the bottom line. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing to be
Evolving.
obsessed with.
Yeah, I'm just obsessed with evolving. Because if I look at pictures of myself of like 3 years ago, I'm like
No, I need to be better.
100%.
No, but I understand it's a good way to motivate yourself. You know, it's a good way to motivate yourself. But it's interesting that you have such a nice perspective of Johannesburg, because I've heard different things from different people who've come here.
yeah.
But
But
one thing-
Estonians usually don't make it here.
That's also what I wanted to say, is that I wanted to say when I go to Cape Town and I have gigs in Cape Town with hostessing and modeling, they tend to appreciate me more because it's not so saturated. You're in JHB, it's like everybody doing the same shit.
Everybody's on the same bandwagon.
Yeah, like I can replace you with another girl, like type shit.
You're
Like
replaceable. It's
they
true.
don't really appreciate, but where it's in CPT, it's like they actually do want people that actually want to do what they want to do. So I think they don't want us, man.
They don't want you there.
maybe they just got beef with us. How do you find your experience with modeling this side compared to CPT?
Complete opposite. Modeling this side is weird AF. Let's start by the rates. Yo. Like, make me understand. But it's fine. I don't want to understand.
No,
Keep
preach.
your money.
Preach.
I think it's just the very first casting that I got. I sent it directly to my agent and I was like, for the brand, for the hours, I'm not used to this. Like, am I supposed to accept this and be okay with this? Like, I don't know, because my agency is an international sort of renowned and known agency, right? Especially UK based. So when I get clients, sometimes it's not in my currency. So when it exchanges, it can be gang, right? So I'm used to that. And then I think production companies approach Johannesburg because of the saturation with the lowest ball. Because everyone wants to.
There's enough
and everyone's
option.
hustling.
Yeah.
Where in Cape Town, I think there's a pure division of these are models, these are dancers. We hear someone is everything because of the hustle culture.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like I fit in here so much. But the rates are completely different. The communication is completely different. And it's not even to out them or put them down. I think that's just how things are over here. And I think even when they as agents or even just models in general go to Cape Town, it's a culture shock.
It's
Because
different.
people in Cape Town can purely just be models. The same way people here
That's
can
crazy.
purely just be dancers. And if you swap it around, it's not
It's
possible.
not the same.
So that's something that I learned.
That's interesting. Even for me to know, it's
Perspective.
interesting. Because I didn't know that. I didn't know at all. I just knew what it's like here in Johannesburg
Most
when it comes.
international clients go to Cape Town.
That's true. It
Most
is
of
more
them go to-
saturated
'cause
in
Cape
terms
Town
of
can
that.
look like anywhere else in the world when you shoot. So yeah, that's why the rates probably
Noted
are a
for
lot better.
those. For those who are interested, just know Cape Town is where it's at.
Yeah,
for
like go
modeling.
model there. Trust.
I'm
just go
definitely
there.
taking notes.
Just go there.
Cape
Do
Town.
not try and make it here. It doesn't work.
But, yeah.
Cape Town, I'm taking notes.
So we're gonna play a game. I'm just gonna ask you. We're gonna ask you a few things,
Oh, yeah, no?
and you're just gonna give us your opinion on it. Are you ready? Let's get it.
Okay, sorry.
So, when you're in a relationship,
Oh, yeah.
how do you feel about your partner having a girl best friend?
Oh, he doesn't.
That's not a thing.
But then the funny thing is, I have so many boy best friends. So I do think it's very hypocritical. No, I'm very aware. Like, I'm very aware of that. But I think as females, when we have an off feeling about someone's sort of approach to the friendship with you, and we communicate that with you. I'm very big on understanding your partner's respect for something that disrespects you. So if he's going to stand up for, no, but she's my best friend, no, and you say to him, but I feel disrespected by the friendship. That to me already is understanding that you're not understanding what I am communicating to you, and you're choosing to disrespect it.
Also considering you.
Yes, like I'm in a
Lack of
but also I
consideration.
think it's also for us as females to learn to communicate without, because we are known as emotional beings.
That's true.
We'll always be gaslighted for that, right? So I've learned to communicate in a very calm way, but my problem is I say it once and then I'm done. I need to tweak that a bit, but
Don't need to be on repeat.
we just need to learn to communicate our issues a bit easier instead of waiting for triggers and then we go off. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I can see a man's point of view where they're like, okay, but she's been my friend. Why wasn't it an issue last year? When it was an issue for us from the beginning. And we didn't say anything. But now we've built up all of this anger and then we say it in a way that comes out with frustration and anger and then we are crazy, aren't we? So I
can
think
see that.
it's more of understanding our role with communication, but then also realizing that you allow your partner to either disrespect you or not.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's a
also,
decision they must make. You can't force it. When they disrespect you, no, out.
I think it also depends on the type of relationship you have with
Yeah.
that person. I mean, you can see when someone is actually friends
You can
with
see
someone.
when you like
I'm
really
not
crossing a
affectionate,
line.
Don't touch me. Like if we're friends, don't touch me. Ask Ashley, don't touch me.
Can we be friends?
Like, do not touch me. I don't. But I seek for affection from the person that I'm with. Right? But in general, none of my boy best friends or nobody on my team touches me inappropriately unless I'm trying to get through a
better
crowd
not.
and they're holding my hand or you know. But it's like,
better not.
but not inappropriately in like a pedophile way or whatever, but like in a way where it's like my partner would feel uncomfortable if you were to do X, Y, and Z. So that's also a boundary that you and your personality
You have
should
to
set,
set.
which is something you should have with your partner. Like, yo, if I know you're going out there, your personality would set the fact that she's not allowed to touch you like that. Why is she touching you if she's talking to you? Because
Exactly.
you allowed it.
Yeah.
Not
That's
because she
all.
initiated it.
Yeah, she had the confidence to do that.
And you
could have
had-
just slowly been like, do you mind not doing that to me?
It's
Thank
true.
you.
It's
Like,
true.
simple. I'm a rude. In a nice way.
Have you? How do you feel about your partner going to the strip club?
Oh, please go.
He's just throwing money looking at some bum.
No, please go.
Go on your own. You're not
'Cause, Chummy,
joining.
I am not going to do that. So I am a big believer in experiences. Go do it.
Enjoy.
Go enjoy. 'Cause
You're not
gonna
going
get it
with.
from me. I mean, I'll go. There are times that I'll go. I'm curious. I'd want to go, but if I'm gonna go with like girls and be like, yeah,
Yeah, have a good time.
Yeah, so it's
not
just
with-
like, I mean, I've never been to a strip club, but I wouldn't hinder my partner from exploring something that, yeah, it's a trust thing, man.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go explore something that yes is provocative and yes could maybe change your mind into something else. But if it does, our communication channels should be so clean that you come home and you're like, yo, actually that was so arousing and I don't want to go
You don't
again.
want this
I don't want to go again because of the respect for you. You know what I mean? You can only dream about the best man in the world, but you
Yeah.
won't find him, which is fine. It's fine. I'm gonna build you.
And vice
Build the
versa.
boulder.
And vice versa.
I feel you. I'm sorry that all of these are relationship questions, but how do you
it's
feel
okay.
about Instagram passwords?
Passwords, yeah.
Sharing
Oh, not for
Instagram
fun.
passwords.
No, you'll get hurt.
You'll feel pain.
Why don't
You'll feel real pain.
No, because
real
no, you'll
pain.
you'll get hurt.
Oh, don't try.
No, the reason why I'm saying this is because, but there's a clear understanding between my partner and I. I can't control someone else's perception of me and what they're gonna type. I can control what I reply.
Yeah.
So if I reply and you want having it to what I reply, genuine, let's have an argument then. By
Just
all
talk.
means, let's fight. But if the person is coming at me on some Mac and shit, I can't control that. I'm not gonna make my Instagram private.
What?
There's no need to
Are
hide.
you nuts in your head? I
Standing
have
on
money
this.
on there. Firstly,
You lose your
so when
money.
you want a young PS5 and your birthday, my Instagram must be. So what I'm just saying is that I think that's another trust thing. It's a communication thing. I think those two things are very important in relationships. Firstly, I'm not gonna give my Instagram password. No,
It's not
and I'm
happening.
I'm gonna stand on my business that is my business, and that is my.
It's a body.
Well, outside of that, that's also my work. Like, you don't give me your fingerprint to go into your job, so don't ask for my password.
For real.
But you will get
Boundaries.
You
Setting
will get, no, you
boundaries.
really will get hurt because show me, when I'm recording there or when I'm playing there, you don't think
It's bad.
You'll cry.
Do you know what I mean?
Real tears.
I just don't have to answer them and they can love me in my requests. That's fine. That's how I respect you as my significant other. So, but no, I'm not giving you my password now.
To look but not to touch anyway.
No.
How do you feel about baby mama culture?
How do you feel about that?
Like your man
Yo,
got
women are gonna hate me.
different
No,
baby
speak your
mamas.
Women are gonna hate me. So,
Speak it.
because I am a pediatric physiotherapist, I feel like the decision to have a child is fully based on the female. Fully based on us. Because I can be in a relationship with you, have unprotected sex, and not disclose that I'm on the pill, and nothing will happen to us. But we can have unprotected sex. I can disclose that I'm on the pill, but then I'm not. Because there's most now the stigma that we want to trap men, right? And I've met a few that genuinely have done that.
Yeah.
You know, they believe that a baby's going to make them less lonely and is going to draw him closer. Unfortunately, that is the way that our emotions calculate things. So I fully believe that it's our responsibility to understand whether the significant other in front of me is fit to be a father. Because there's a difference between a boyfriend, fiance or husband and a
My
father.
father. It's true.
Major difference. So I think there's a big analysis that needs to come from our side to see whether this person's characteristics is fit for being a father for
father.
my child.
Because
or the
at the end
person
of the
I want
day-
to bring into this world. So I feel like when men end up acting out after they've had a baby, I'm sure you've seen those characteristics in your relationship before. So why are you shocked now?
Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised. You're supposed to analyze everything because at the end of the day, it's your body and it's you that's bringing a new person into this world.
Yeah.
And
this child
responsible for how
matters.
this child is going to be cared for. And a father is a big role in a child's life. If he couldn't play the role he needed to play in your life,
How do you expect him to do that for your child?
You can't
true.
step
that's
up.
how I see it.
You can't
real.
step up.
That's how I
It's
see it. So
real.
whenever like I have friends or people my age or like people have baby daddy stories, I'll listen to you, but I'll make sure I don't have an opinion because you're not gonna like what I have to say to you.
Nuh-uh.
Because you have had these issues before you were pregnant. They're just on another level now because there's another human being
A
involved.
baby does not fix relationship problems.
If anything, you like literally just cause
No, it
issues
doesn't.
for that
It's
child.
unfair to the
It's
child.
unfair.
I'm
It's
a firm
really
believer in there
unfair.
are two individuals that become one. Not one individuals make that two individuals come together. That doesn't happen. He'll still be a fuck shit. He'll still be someone who can't regulate his emotions. He'll still be someone that doesn't know how to care for someone else.
And that's why
And you
choices
should
are
have
important.
analyzed that with the way he was with you and treated you. Bottom line.
100%.
I agree.
Once again, I just want to give a shout out to RDs. We are not
No,
smoking
don't
while
say.
pregnant. Never, not a scare, not a nothing. That's why we are smoking.
You know,
Thank you.
just Shout out.
But yeah, that's my opinion on that.
No, I agree
But
with
I
that.
had a lot of mirrors because my sisters had kids, my cousins have had kids, my friends have had kids.
You see the impact. You
There's
see
me,
the impact.
27. Not yet.
Not yet. hey.
So yeah.
Would you like to though?
Yes, I'm so
Definitely.
excited to be a mom.
Have a
2
family.
years from now.
2 years.
2 years. I'm
2
giving
years is
myself 2
not a
You
years.
see a little
time.
I
Chelsea
know it's
running
not, but I
around.
think because Junior, get it together.
And I hold him.
I think because I am a pediatric physio and we know so much about development and about how, because we also had to study child psychology, how all of those things affect a child. I feel like I'm gonna know so much that I'm gonna want to prevent so much, and I feel like now I'm a bit too young to understand that. Like, okay, let them be themselves. Maybe I'm of childbearing age to someone else or in a different culture, but I'm not to me. Not yet. There's so much that I want to do for me that my child doesn't have to
Before that.
grow up the way I grew up. Not that I grew up struggling, but I didn't grow up in the best environment. So I don't want that for whoever I bring it. This world's scary. Imagine I give birth to someone now, I send them to school and they get bullied.
There's
Those
so
things
much.
go on my mind and I'm not ready for that. So not now.
I think that's a very mature
But 2
decision
years
to
from
make.
now comes from the fact that genetically kids do not do well if you have them over the age of like 33.
Yeah.
It's giving Down syndrome. It's giving
giving a lot.
CP. It's giving birth difficulties. And those are the type of babies I deal with. And I can see the toll it has on the mothers. So I don't want to do that to anyone. Because that's a decision I made. To bring you into the world so late, but then now there's issues because of me. You know?
I feel you.
So that's why 29 to
What's-
31 is my cap.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in the hospital? Like a patient came in and they were like,
I've had conjoined twins.
Really?
And I loved them with my whole life.
Really?
what?
Yeah, so they were joined at the stomach. So they were like on each other, joined at the stomach. And then the one's leg didn't split into two. So actually he only has one leg and she has two legs. So there were a total of 3 legs. And the foot split, but not completely. I loved them.
Okay.
Because they would be so sassy. Because like the one has to lay down for the other one to like relax and breathe, and I have to swap them around the whole time because it's one body.
Okay.
So yeah,
Just
I've had
giving.
conjoined twins.
Okay.
Well, being in the medical field, you're not afraid of like blood, gore. Do you like horror movies? Do you like horror movies?
No, I don't like horror movies.
What do you
all.
like?
I like medical documentaries. I have this weird thing. I actually need to go analyze myself psychologically for this. I love documentaries of serial killers explaining why they did what they did. Or how they got to do it.
Like the psychological
and what
background.
it did, like what it did for them, and love that.
Woman, eh?
But other than that, like, I'm not scared of blood. I grew up in a sort of gang infested area.
Type shit.
Yo. To the point where one of my people, like friends that I went to creche with, he got shot. And it's crazy because the month before that I'd learned how to transfer someone onto like a plank, and then I learned how to do that. So I literally had to run there, and my mom was like, "No, they might shoot you." I was like,
But you had to do it. You had
and
to do
I
it.
ran and then sorted that out. And up till now, he looks at me and he's just like, "Yo, bro, I don't know what I would have done if because
Warrior?
everyone would
That's
have probably just
amazing,
laid.
Chelsea.
You would have just laid there, and nobody would want to get involved because at the end of the day, whoever the perpetrator is sees you helping.
Association.
Exactly.
So,
But you did that.
no, I couldn't not do it. Like,
Of
I've known him
course.
since I was 4 or 5. Yes, his life went the other direction, but that doesn't mean it needs to end now. So yeah,
You've got a superhero in the building over here.
No
You know?
testimony without test.
You know what
For
I'm
real.
I
saying?
just learned things, guys.
No, that's
For real.
wonderful. That's
Have you found
that
love?
you did that.
Have you found love in the streets?
Yes,
Why?
Oh, that's...
I have.
What do you mean, why?
I like our dynamic. Like, he's very understanding of the fact that I'm an individual and so is he. And when we come together, all of those things fall away. Because then it's just
Just
us.
you guys.
So I have found love and it's going well. A lot of traveling. But it's...
Does that hurt you guys in any way? Like,
No, I
Being-
think I'm
'cause you
gonna
work so
say
much.
this in like the most sassy way. Dating a matured man is different. It's so different. Like
see,
emotionally mature.
they don't
it's
got time
different.
for
They don't have time for like for faff. Oh, how many times a day must
Faffing, you're busy
how many times
faffing.
must I say I miss you? Like, okay, at the end of the day, we miss each other, but like we've taken steps to grow separately so that when we come together, our empire is insane.
It's something great.
So then keep remembering that.
That's some good advice. I hope you ladies are taking some advice from Chelsea Sloan right here. She's just doing the most,
I'm in the
honestly.
streets, I'm sure I look single.
No,
No.
she's
love
not
that.
in the streets. She popping,
She popping
in
in
the
the
streets.
streets.
Yeah, I just
That's
jam.
the
I just
only
go to work
thing.
and I leave. In all honesty, there are days where I'll tell my team like, okay, today I'm drinking, today I'm this, and I give my phone off, and I give But the drinking doesn't take long because I'm an athlete. I get drunk like this, and then it's time for me to go sleep. So It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And I love being outside because then I love experiencing other DJs play. Because then I hear things I've never heard before. I love seeing people in clubs enjoy themselves because then I learn new things. We have small little nuances that come up out of nowhere, especially like this and all of these little things that are coming up. I miss that if I stay inside. So going outside is kind of part of my research, quote unquote. Yeah.
Get that. Well, speaking of athleticism, is that the right way to say it?
Athletic.
So you were saying you're going to get back into running.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever run professionally again? Do you think you could?
The weirdest thing about physiology is the older you are, the more your body can deal with. So I do believe that, like, I've always been someone, once I put my mind to something, I'm not going to stop. I was the same about my relationship. I was the same about everything. So since I was small, so if I put my mind to the fact that, listen, I want to get back to the level where I am now of national standard, blah, 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 I'll get there. But for now, obviously, since the turmoil in my family with my sister passing and obviously needing to prioritize monetizing on the things that I'm good at so that everyone is comfortable, so that I'm comfortable, is what my priority is right now. If DJing works out, it frees up so much more time for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm working so hard at it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'll get back there. As long as I don't get fertilized.
No, we trust the process. We trust it. We see what you're doing, you know, G-Star or, you know, pushing, dancing, moving. You're doing amazing, girl. And
how do you remember? How do you remember, like, everything from dances?
Honestly,
to
your
meditation.
retention.
Have you guys ever watched a video of an ADHD person explaining our strengths? Give me numbers, it's gone. Give me words, it'll stay. Give me a song, I'll know it for a very long time and I'll play it every day until I never listen to a song ever again, and then maybe 3 weeks later I like it again. I fixate on specific foods. So now at the moment I really like pastas, but I'm pretty sure by next week I'll hate pastas. It's just how, like, neurodivergence work. So my brain can hold a lot, but I can't regulate emotions. So I will recognize emotions, but I don't process it because I just don't have to. My brain's doing other things. So I believe that I'm able to do so many things, not only because of my motivation and because of my goal to be a specific sort of role model for the people where I'm from, but I feel like my ADHD really does help me, and I feel like it's a conversation.
Use it to your advantage. 100%.
Yes. If I can't sleep, if I see at 2 a.m. I'm not gonna sleep, then I'm gonna pull out my DJ controller and I'm gonna play for 2 hours until I'm tired. Or I'm gonna read a journal article on, like, a new sort of disease that's out, just to be tired. Like, I do a lot of things to get tired. That's honestly what happens. And then I get better at it because I'm just at it for hours. Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
It does. So all my ADHD people,
shout out.
be superheroes, guys.
Honestly, you have a strength. That's what you have. You have a strength.
I've had a lot
and
of...
you're using it. So
we do assessment at the hospital where I'm from, and when parents hear that their child's ADHD, it's like their world crashes down. And I'm like, no, I'm ADHD.
And I'm good.
And I'm here. And this is the amount of things that I was able to do because my parents never closed me off to anything. So don't close him off. If he says tomorrow he wants to learn to jump off buildings, promise you he's going to get it right.
100%.
Because he's not going to stop. So just... I love reassuring parents that I'm also there, you know? So yeah, that's me. I can't believe I just shared that.
No, honestly, thank you for sharing. Thank you
for
so
being
much.
so real.
Thank you for
Chelsea.
sharing, because
Thank
what
you.
you're sharing is very valuable.
Yes,
it is.
and we can use it in our day to day. No, really, thank you for pulling up and gracing us with your
Honestly,
presence.
it was
you for
lovely
having
to
me,
have
guys.
you.
We love you, and please keep doing what you're doing. Because you really give us more reason. I'm slurping on my words here. You give us more reason to push, and it makes me excited that, like,
exactly,
that people are making money and we are making money. People are sleeping.
Yeah, guys, your circumstances
100%.
don't define you. Your skills don't define you. You define you. If you feel like tomorrow you want to be an astronaut, go ahead. Like,
and you will do it.
Yeah.
You are capable of whatever.
Everything that seems unrealistic isn't. It really isn't. I've never left the country. But I never thought I was going to leave the country because of DJing.
And you did it.
Like, that wasn't a part of my
Insanity.
plan. But it organically came into my plan. Also, understand that if you are maybe spiritual or not, but like, you didn't write your plan. Just go along with it.
Just make it work.
Yeah, and be grateful,
Type
even when
shit.
things don't work out.
Type shit.
Type shit.
Exactly.
And that's how I'd like to end
That's
the
how we're gonna
podcast.
end
Be
this.
grateful, even if things don't work out for you.
Because
The
they
roof over your
are.
head is insane.
They always end up being
Everything's
in
gonna
your
be
favor.
okay.
Everything's full circle, man.
Everything's gonna be okay.
100%.
And that's how we're
So-
going to conclude this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, Chelsea.
Thank
you
you.
to our host, Phoebe.
Thank you,
This
Phoebe.
is Marshe, and
Thank
we
you
will
to our
catch you
host,
guys
Marshe.
On the
next
next
time.
episode.
Okay.
Bye.